NYXUS podcast. I'm your host, Melany Nyx, my co host, Sarah from Haunted Photography. And tonight we have The Stage of Dreams, a band that I have never heard of before until Daniel, I think it was, that communicated with me. And then it was magical. It's a lot different from the other bands that we've had on the show. So I am very happy to have you guys here. If you guys would like to introduce yourself for anybody that could be listening.
I'm Janelle Lawless, vocals. Thank you for having us on.
Of course.
I'm Daniel Butch, vocals.
Jim Carson, half the guitar duo.
And then we have some people that are not here.
Right. Yeah. Sean was going to try to join. Dion is unavailable. And Chris is doing an acoustic show somewhere.
I mean, 3 out of 6. It's
That's
good
pretty
average,
good.
right? It's good average. So what's the story behind the stage name?
The story behind the Stage of Dreams. Well, we basically have 2 different formats that we use. We have a performance format, which is a rock and roll show, a heavy metal show. Then we have a full-on rock opera with a complete story, costume changes, and backdrops, and all that jazz.
That's
Wow.
completely crazy. I love that rock opera. As soon as I saw that
Yes.
in that little part that you filled out there, I was like, ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it was. It's been a long time coming. I just had this idea for quite a while, and the band formed, and now we're all an active unit, and all participate in the songwriting and everything. And Janelle came aboard a little over a year ago, and has really raised the bar in our band. So, and Jimmy also, he's new too, fairly new. Even though he helped us, he did fill in during the walking battle for us one show. So,
And that's when I knew I wanted to be a member, but that's all.
How long has the band been together? Like, even like, not just the with the new members, but like, when did the band start?
the band officially started 2017. Yeah, we actually first started off kind of more along the lines of hard rock, and maybe a little bit of blues and a tiny bit of heavy metal. The intention was always to be a metal band, though, but you got to, a couple of my friends said they would help out and get some songs written. So that's where it all started as far as releasing songs goes.
Sarah, you got some questions?
Oh, I was gonna see if they wanted to talk about their new album, The Duality of Conflict.
Sure. Yeah. The story is about a soldier who is overseas, and his wife gets abducted, his girlfriend gets abducted, and he wants to try to find her. So he goes AWOL trying to find her, and gets himself in a lot of trouble, and actually never does find her. And he reaches the point where he decides he's going to take his own life. And when he attempts to take his own life, he ends up in another realm, and there's an executioner there who's in charge of like snuffing out souls, evil souls. And he's helping that guy. And in the process, he's able to search and find out what happened to his girl. And he finds that she is in league with a vampire, and they try to kill this vampire, and they're not too successful. And that's kind of what it's about: how to how to get her back and get rid of this vampire. That's kind of the gist of the story there.
That's pretty cool. That's
Wow.
pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
when bands do that with their albums. They kind of create a whole story. They kind of
Like a ballad album.
well, it reminds me of a guest that we had on first season, Death Pigeon. JD wrote a whole storyline with his album, so you could buy actually a book that has a whole story about all the songs. It's really cool.
Wow.
I like the concept. Yeah. How do you guys? What's the creative process like?
It varies. Some of it starts off with a musical idea, and we'll bring it to the band, and the band will work on it and turn it into more of a song. Some of it will be, maybe I'll have a vocal idea and I'll just start singing it at practice, and like Dion will just play something. He'll just play something that matches it. So there's different methods that we use. Maybe they'll have a music idea and they'll just send it to me or Janelle, and we'll come up with lyrics and vocals.
That's what you were saying. Everybody has a hand in writing. It's a collective effort.
Yeah.
Who would you like? Who would you guys like to collaborate with? Dead or alive? Let's make it big. Let's make it anybody.
Oh,
Who would be the dream?
well, for me personally, I would like a combination of Iron Maiden and Sabotage.
Yeah.
What about you, Janelle?
Oh my gosh, it's difficult. I'd have to think about that. Old, probably, I'd say old Queensryche. Like when Jeff Tate was still involved, definitely.
What about you, Jimmy?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Janelle was done or not, but the wheels were turning. So I would have to say a couple. One bucket list of band I wanted to see, got to see last year finally for the first time, was Halloween. Would love to share a stage overseas, just one of the stages they play, Walking, for example. Iron Maiden would have to be up there. That was pretty much one of the earliest influences. That would be amazing.
Let's go for the awful question, Sarah. Let's do it early this time.
Get out of the way.
I love to bring that question up because it's and don't overthink it. A lot of people get stuck on it because it's a hell of a question. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a
People
stumper.
get stuck on it. Don't overthink it. Right now, it's happening right now. What's the answer? Go ahead, Sarah. Shoot.
All right. A curse is placed upon you, and you can only listen to one song for the rest of your life. What is it going to be?
Hallowed be thy name. First song came to mind.
That was quick.
There we go.
Record timing.
I would go with Masters of Confusion by Gamma Ray.
I'd probably say Wolf Moon by Typo. I could listen to Peter Steele sing all the time.
His voice was so beautiful.
Yeah, he's missed.
If I'm not wrong, in the 2 years that we've been running, well, a year and a half that we've been running the podcast, I don't think we have one repeated song out of all the guests. I'd have to try to listen and make a list, but I don't think we have one song, and that is pretty incredible. If you guys have a superpower, what superpower and why?
Well, I like to think my superpower is my vocals. So I got like the the vocal ray kind of thing. Maybe hypnotize people into liking what I'm doing.
That's
What
a comic
about
book
you
nerd.
guys?
Yeah, I'm thinking comic book nerd here, and I can't come up with one.
Super speed, Jimmy.
Teleportation.
Yep.
Yep. Bam. Thank you. Nightcrawler.
Very,
Shout out.
very popular
Yeah.
answer
Mhm.
among touring bands, especially.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that'd be great.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd probably say maybe time manipulation. But then again, everything happens for a reason, and that could get a little tricky.
Yep. Butterfly effect.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
What's up, Dinos? We hope to see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be. I landed media passes. Yay for
Yay.
for the festival tomorrow, and we're hoping to see Dying out there. We're hoping Mindy's gonna be okay. What's up,
Yes.
Missy?
Hey, hon.
I Misty.
If money wasn't a factor, what would you guys be doing?
You are?
Like if you didn't have to have the 9 to
Mhm.
5 job, if you didn't.
Can I have love real quick?
Oh,
Say hi.
hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Here, let's get you some socks.
Mama duty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no doubt what I would be doing. I mean, I'd be working on music every day.
Hmm.
I would
Just talk to my
definitely get a lot more recording done. Definitely, I'd have definitely would be touring. It would just all be
Baby,
music.
get your temperature medicine, okay? And antibiotics. I love you. Mwah. Yes, please. Love you, bud.
Between writing music and writing fiction, trying working on a psychological thriller novel. So yeah, but real life intervenes, and you can only do so much.
Absolutely.
So many hours in the day.
Mm-hmm. We need more hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting less and less.
More hours, less spending time sleeping
Stress.
and eating, and we need.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you could have more hours if you didn't sleep or eat.
I
But
already
who
don't
wants
sleep,
to do that?
so.
Same. Lately.
What about you, Janelle? What would be the thing that would occupy your time?
Oh gosh. I have quite a few. I also would just be doing as much as I could with music, traveling. I just actually got back from being in Europe for my first time, which was absolutely amazing. So going to more shows all around the world, and I'd probably also be doing something involving art and working with animals, like helping animals more as much as I could. Yeah.
Definitely a good cause. I love animals. All of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Some of them are a little bit spooky, but it's okay.
They all have their role.
Exactly.
They all have their place.
You guys have.
I don't know about waspers.
I mean, just let it live. Let it live, Sarah. Just let it live.
Not when they terrorize my whole life, okay? That is a hell bug.
Do you guys have any memorable shows? Any shows that really stick out compared to another one?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple.
Last September was
The
kind of
first
cool.
one, with Janelle's first two shows with us. We we were direct support for Tim Ripper Owens, 2 sold out shows, and those
Yep.
were super memorable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say the other one that really stands out would be when we were in the walking contest and we won the regional and went to Los Angeles and played at the Viper Room. That was quite an adventure.
I've heard good things about the Viper Room. We've had a few people on here that have played there, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. It was
What
like a dream
inspired
come
you
true,
to?
you know?
Yeah. What inspired you to come up with the rock opera concept side of your music and your show? Because I love rock operas and I always like hearing everybody's story of what was that moment that clicked and you knew that's what you wanted to do.
I actually, quite a while ago, I just had this like all these ideas come to me like in literally one day. And I
Wow.
just knew that it was going to be a story, and held on to the ideas for a long time and tried to get people on board with it and all that. And it just took a while for everything to come together. And they say good things come to those who wait. So I think it turned out way better because it took so long.
Hmm.
So we were like, even when in 2017, when the first version of Stage of Dreams was out, and it was more of, like I said, hard rock. Me, Dion, and Sean were already like working on some of the ideas for the rock opera. So we had that going at the same time, and then it finally just started to. We got a lot more of the pieces together, and when we went in the studio, even at that time, some things did change some. Like Jimmy brought new ideas to the table. Obviously, Janelle did also. So it ended up turning out. I never really thought about like how it was gonna sound when it was done. All I knew was, it just turned into this thing that not even I was 100% sure what it was going to be. And I'm very proud of the way everything worked out and all the hard work everybody put into it. And we're hoping that we can get it out to the world so more people can hear it.
It would be fun. It would be interesting
Yeah.
because I think the last metal opera song, like metal, musical was what Repo the Genetic
A
Opera,
repo. Yeah.
where Sarah Brightman sings like
An
a
angel.
opera song, and you know what I mean. It's slash horror slash musical slash I love it.
Melanie, what
So
is
Oh,
that
I do
called? That
too.
Sarah Brightman sings on a metal album? I missed that.
and it's a rock
No.
opera. It's a movie. It's called
Repo.
Repo the Genetic
Repo,
Opera.
the
Yes.
genetic opera.
I'll have
Yeah.
to check that out.
That sounds like a must
Oh
see.
my god, I figured y'all had heard of it.
Right, me too. When I saw like the rock opera, I was like, ooh, like Repo. Okay. Uh,
Repo.
We're
it's
more
a
Well,
like,
you need to check it out.
yeah,
the
we're more like,
storyline. The storyline's not the same, so you know what I mean. Like it's two
No.
different. But I love
I
rock
mean, we're
operas. Was my point.
we're
I
like
do too.
Operation Mindcrime, like that kind of, um, and Sabotage has several of them that I'm into as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, we try to give it a more modern sound. Because one thing I love about this band and love joining is even when I wasn't in it, because I go back with these guys since high school. Dion and Sean, we've been playing together since like 1989. So I would always tell them like, you guys your songs are so awesome. It's like, you could have, it's all metal, but like it's different styles of metal per song. And like, it's a nice combination of classic metal, new metal, it's progressive enough. So it's like that perfect, like, sweet spot, like synergy, like, and it was a pleasure to join and contribute to that and record this. So just
Well,
wanted to throw that out there.
we've been talking about the music. So let's hear the music. Which one are we going for first, guys? Dogs of the Gods or Faster Disaster?
I say Dogs of the Gods.
All right.
I do that too. It's more the opera, where you hear the opera.
Awesome. And what's do you guys want to give us a brief story about the song? Give us an explanation.
Backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
sure.
that's-
There's part of the show where the rebellious stagehand breaks the fourth wall and basically gets turned into a political prisoner and forgotten. And that's what happens when you stand up to the authoritarian rule.
All right. Well, let's take a listen, and we'll be right back We'll be right back with more questions with you guys.
All right.
Staring here at these four walls, never a chance to fly or fall from the grace of the gods who lie. No reason to even try. Speak the words.
There we go, guys. I loved it. I
Cool.
love it. I
Yes.
love all genres of metal, all genres of rock. Um, I love the opera rock. It has a little sweet spot in my heart. So it was really nice
Hmm.
to hear
Cool.
you guys. It was a breath of
Thank you.
freshness in the very heavy scream metal that we usually have. If you guys,
Did you all?
go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, you go ahead, Mel. You
No, no,
sure?
go. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you all take any vocal training to be able to do exactly what you do? Because it's mind blowing. Or
I
was that
took
just
I
something
had
you
vocal
woke up one day
lessons.
and could do?
I took vocal lessons for 2 years, quite a while ago, and singing. Actually, singing in a cover band for 15 years, doing hard rock and metal. Um,
Hmm.
I think kind of helped too. What about you, Janelle?
I
Yeah.
no, I'm self-taught. I've never taken any lessons. I just kind
Wow.
of learned by ear.
Hmm.
I will to this day, until the day I die, credit Ann Wilson of Heart and Rob Halford for teaching me how to sing. I just wanted to sound like that. So I just practiced and sang anywhere I could, in the car, and anywhere, anytime. And I too did the cover band thing for years. The past like 15 years I've been in some kind of project, so that's also helped me develop my voice.
Your
Absolutely.
voices go together so great.
They do. They do.
Hmm.
It's
Thanks.
Thank you.
Janelle
That's
has
what we thought.
such a powerful voice. You know the
Yeah.
Hmm.
range and the power in Janelle's voice is I love it. Um, if you guys could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Remember,
Collectively as a band, you mean, or
Individually.
individually?
I'd probably say if I could have made a positive difference in somebody's life in some way, or done something um, beneficial, something that um,
Affect
yeah,
somebody in a positive way. Yeah.
yeah, somebody way. I
Hmm.
mean, or helped even animals in a positive way. Helped uh, pass along. If I could have taught somebody something that was reflective in a positive way.
I have a one-track mind, so I want to be remembered for touring the world and singing metal, and that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be remembered for.
Can I
Simple.
combine my answers with there too? Because yeah, I'm not a big social media person or stuff. I kind of like to stay kind of private, but
Mhm.
Hmm.
I like Janelle's answer. If I did right by my kids, you set a good
Hmm.
example, and help somebody in some way, touch somebody's life in some way. I think that's yeah. And the metal
Well,
thing is
y'all are
cool
in the
too.
right business.
Right, the music. I mean, absolutely, absolutely. Any musician wants to be, um, like it's a combination with the music. Touching somebody, giving them some
Hmm.
hope. The music can do that. I always say music has no barriers. Music has no language. I've had people on the show. I'm French Canadian. I've had people on the show from France. I've had French music, and I mean I don't. I love every kind of music. Even if you don't understand the lyrics, you can always kind of feel the meaning when the music is that.
Yeah.
How did you guys know that this was what you guys wanted? Music was what you needed in your life.
Well, I mean, ever since I was a teenager, it's just kind of what I wanted to do. But I didn't have an instrument or anything when I was growing up. So, um, but a bass found its way into my life when I was about 19. And then ever since then, it's all I've thought about.
I'm a little more embarrassed about mine. I told you this before. I like grew up like I probably like fourth, fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade. You know, I was playing just acoustic guitar like in a youth group in church, and at one point, you know, we were to the point where like we wanted to play other songs, so we're sitting, you know, while the priest is giving sermons, what have you, and we're back behind the altar like playing Crazy Train and Metallica and teaching each other riffs, and I heard like what brought me to that point. I heard Poison, Nothing But a Good Time. I think that was the one, and I was like, that's it. That's what I need to sound like. So it was actually Poison that got me picking up the electric guitar, yeah. And then it escalated into all the metal stuff.
Funny thing is, that song still gets people like on the dance floor today.
It really does.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That and Pour Sugar on Me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it brings out the inner strippers.
Oh yeah. I think for me, you know, when I was growing up, when I was little, there was always music playing, and back then, you know, on the radio, it was Journey, it was Foreigner, it was The Police, and then it progressed into like, you know, the more metal, the Cinderella, Rats, Judas Priest, that was playing on the radio, Lita Ford, and then MTV, you know, Headbangers Ball. So I was always like just in awe of it all. And I just was hungry for it. Loved metal ever since I heard it for the first time, and it just, my interest in it progressed. And yeah, I love the expression of it. I love the feel of it, the camaraderie, everything about it. What it does, how it increases your heart rate, how powerful it can be,
Absolutely.
how it can bring everybody together, you know. And I mean, it really, there's such an awesome community in metal, you know. And
There's like a
I mean, I
camaraderie.
witnessed,
Yeah.
yeah, especially like they said, I was just in Europe, and I was just in awe at how, like, I mean, amazing, you know, people just come together under one roof, and it's yeah, absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. Sarah, do you have a question?
What would be your dream festival to play? Like any festival, anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Walking.
Walking.
Yep.
Yep.
That
Ever
would be an
since,
amazing festival to attend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ever since like 2000, like 2000, 2001. The singer in my band, I was in a band in Cleveland called Nightcrawler, and our singer, Jim Haymart, he was in another band previously called Breaker, and they got invited to go over there and play. And
Oh wow.
it really, like, yeah, I didn't get to go, but I was really inspired and wrote like 4 songs in like 3 weeks. So just at the thought of showing up there. So we haven't made it there yet, but maybe one day.
Oh, it can happen. We had the guy I was talking to you about earlier that is over at Fest. His band Blitzkid just played Wacken a few months back, and they said it was incredible.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
You never know
that'd be
what
great.
can happen. Never know what can happen.
No, you just gotta try. You gotta apply. You gotta get up there.
Just
Yep.
gotta keep pushing and dreaming.
Yeah.
Just like me and Mel.
Put it out there. Just put it out there and
Manifest it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm manifesting right now that we're gonna be watching Faster Disaster.
Only you can make it happen, Mel.
Oh, did you see that? And it occurred.
Magic.
Oh my god, the power.
I mean, you know.
Come
So let's
manifest
watch
some
a
things in
video.
my life, please.
See what just happens. I'll start the video, and when we come back, we'll talk about the song.
What did you think it was gonna be? How did you think it was gonna end? Mushroom clouds in my dreams, a spectacle of violent screams. In the air we breathe, a tripwire set to Faster disaster nuke! Faster disaster nuke! Faster disaster, that's what they're after! Faster disaster nuke! What have we done? Is this prophecy? Believing on the shoulders of fantasy. Mushroom clouds in my dreams. Spectacle of silent screams. In the air we breathe. A tripwire set to faster disaster nuke. Faster disaster nuke. Faster disaster, that's what they're after. Faster disaster Now you see, which is true fear. Horror of horrors has appeared. Skeleton head on the wheel. Dead racket into annihilation. Faster disaster nuke. Faster disaster nuke. Faster disaster, that's what they're after. Faster disaster Realize the melting faces. Realize the pain of pages. Realize hardest faces. Realize the melting faces. Realize the pain of pages. Realize hardest faces.
May God have mercy on us all.
I mean, I think the video and the lyrics are pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, this song is actually it's actually sung by the Executioner character, and it's after World I Would, and basically even somebody as dark as the executioner, he just gets tired of it. He's just like, why do I have to keep doing this? And if he could just blow up the whole world, he would. That's it. Real happy stuff. Yeah.
So if we sit down
No
and we
rainbows
listen to
here.
the album from the first song to the last song, we get a storyline. We get the story.
You get the story. It's a little bit of a puzzle. There's some backstory articles on our website at thestageofdreams.com. Also, you listen to the album, and then coming and actually seeing the rock opera itself kind of puts it all together. So yeah, you get the story, but to really understand the story, you gotta dig a little deeper.
Any dates right now for the rock opera?
Currently, we don't have another one booked. So I'm looking at places now. I've been knocking on a few doors, and we'll see what happens. If it comes down to it, just have to rent a place and do it.
The rock opera kind of demands a larger venue for the stage production, because there are a lot of backdrops. There's a video, actors, costume changes, so it requires more than just a typical gig.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's a little harder
Yeah.
to get that.
Yeah, we need a place with the big stage.
Well, yeah, for sure. To fit everybody, and to fit, no, absolutely.
Mhm.
It's not something that you could just book every weekend, right?
No,
Correct,
I've seen
yeah.
6
Not
people
for
try
the
to fit on
moment.
stage.
Not for the moment, anyways.
Yeah, so far we did the show one time last September. So we're
Mhm.
trying to find larger venues to do it in, but it's proving a little difficult. So I've got half a dozen places that I'm looking at. So it's just a matter of picking the right date and time.
Keep knocking, them doors will open.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, go
Where
ahead
would
with your
be
question.
okay? Where would be the best place to find you all on social media? Like
So
Facebook, Spotify,
definitely, I mean we're on
LinkedIn.
just about all of it. Yeah, I mean Facebook.
Mhm.
Then there's Spotify. We're on there. We've just
Instagram.
started an official Instagram.
I know the album's being streamed across. It's all the streaming services: Spotify, YouTube Music,
Okay.
Apple Music. I'm an Apple Music subscriber, and it's all there. So it's you can have any of those platforms and get access to the music.
Yeah, we
I know
also have a Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
Okay.
Speaking of Apple, I think it was them earlier. I saw that they did a new ad, and they're like, "We pay every stream to our artists," and I was like, "Ooh, is that a jab at Spotify?" So
Spotify needs to up their game.
Yeah,
If
it would
somebody
be
wanted
nice.
to contact, yeah, it would be. If somebody wanted to contact you, what would be the best place?
They could either go through a Facebook chat or go to our website and contact us there.
Okay.
stageofdreams.com.
Mhm.
that you guys have like merch on the
Yeah.
website also.
Currently, we actually don't have the store running on the website. I took a lot of the stuff down just to streamline
Mhm.
for the album and the rock opera itself. So I've got to get the store back up and running on there. But we do have CDs and shirts and all that stuff. If anybody wanted to buy a CD, they could just send us a message, and we'd be happy to mail it out to them.
Okay.
Awesome, good old CDs. I started a little collection there with the bands that have been on the podcast, and yeah, see, I always have them very close here, so I started a little
Nice.
collection. So yeah, so I'll probably at one point hit you guys up to add to the little collection here.
Cool.
thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show tonight and letting everybody know a little bit more about you guys, not only on the music, but as individuals. For the last question, it's a question that we ask at every episode. It has never been skipped. The depth of your answer is yours to choose. So it could be very light and you guys could joke around, or we can get serious. Um, so that's completely up to you guys. The hot answer right now, the number one, I should have a board, Sarah, with like, Family
Do we
Feud.
need
Number one
one?
answer. Bing.
Number one.
Don't get
Sounds like
married
fun.
would be number one answer. So here it is. If you had a chance to sit down with a younger version of yourself at any point in your life, at any age, what would you tell yourself?
I would smack myself for telling myself to quit being such an idiot. For sure. I know it's a cliche, with age comes wisdom, but there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably smack myself. Yeah.
I think that's a new one for us.
It's really a hard question because, to go back and tell yourself something could change everything. And, there's certain, most of my life, I wouldn't change a thing, So I'd actually be afraid to go back and tell myself something, just out of fear that it would change the way things are right now. And I love the way things are right now.
That's fair. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'd agree with that too, but I would also, just really have like a heart-to-heart talk with my younger self and say, don't ever let anything, tarnish you or get in the way of pursuing your dreams, because what you can dream, you can achieve. And a lot of stuff gets in our way, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of, we end up in, relationships that aren't ideal, or we end up, with people or around situations that aren't positive ones, and those can affect how we think and feel. And as long as we have our eyes on a goal always, then I think that we can keep moving forward, and we should keep moving forward. So yeah, let's
Some
keep
good
your eyes on the
advice.
prize.
That is great.
That's some good advice. I agree, Daniel. I always said, the butterfly effect. What if I change something?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I at one point in my life, I'm sure I would have loved to hear myself just tell myself, you're gonna go. You're gonna, you make
It
it.
gets better.
That's it. You make it. At that
Yeah.
point, you make it. But
You're a shooting star.
exactly. Janelle, Danielle, Jim, thank you so much for taking the invitation to the podcast. Sarah, thank you for co-hosting.
You're most welcome, dear.
I'm not finished
Thank
for
you.
the night. I will be back in around 25 minutes with another group of people for another interview. But right now, make sure that you go and follow the Stage of Dreams. I mean, you guys will not regret it, and we will keep an eye. We'll keep an eye out to see if that rock opera ever comes back.
It's coming
Yes.
back. Thanks for having us.
It will.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Absolutely.
It was a
Y'all
pleasure.
have a
You're
good
most
night.
welcome. Thank you all. Have a good night.